When somebody did fall with child, that was unmarried or that was younger, how was that dealt with by the community?
Well, it was a 9-day wonder. Talked about it, how silly she was or how stupid he was. But then again, it takes two to tango, doesn't it? You can't just blame the girl and you can't just blame the lad. It was frowned upon, wasn't it, Rob?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I mean, I went to school with a girl and she fell. But her boyfriend was a lot older than her. And God bless it, the baby was beautiful. I mean, he stuck by her, he didn't leave, he got married. But I mean, she was one in a million that was lucky enough to get a boyfriend that stuck by her. But there's a lot of girls.
Yeah, well, what they do now, the kids now, 16, 17, they say, so I'm going to have a baby, so what? I'll get a flat and all that.
Yeah, and get looked after.
I'll get a flat and I'll get paid off the state.
Yeah.
It couldn't care less now.
Yeah, but your parents and my parents had to pay to have the babies, didn't they?
Don't forget, kids weren't planned years ago, were they? There's no contraception or anything. You got married, you got pregnant, and then that was it. Where these days, although there's all these babies being born, they have got a choice. We had no choices.
If I was 15 again, we were brought up that sex was wrong before marriage, and I still believe. But then every individual is different. But I would just say, take life as it comes, but don't be silly. Don't walk into sex as if it's the God-given right of anyone to indulge. That's me.
And you're still getting in trouble, girls. Why? The only contraceptives was not do anything. You'd be scared to death of doing anything. You know what I mean? I think it's too easy these days.
I think it's sex the biggest fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I really feel for these young ones. They've no idea that they shouldn't mess about with sex until they get married. I think. I've just got a feeling that it doesn't make any difference to them whether they have sex or not.
Oh, love's got to come into it quite a lot, because if you get a good man or they get a good woman, they've got to make sure that they work at it and keep it going. You just don't take life for granted or another person.
If someone I knew got pregnant, I'd think it'd be bad because they've got all the life in front of them, and they're only just leaving education and they hadn't even made any plans or anything. They've just jumped in with 2 feet, and it's not good.
I do think it's pretty ridiculous, like people our age having kids, because you've got your whole life ahead of you. You've still got another few years before you get a job or whatever. You need money to save up for a house and paying for yourself, like food, and then your partner, and then your kid as well. It is your own, if you was to have a child at this age, it is your own choice, but it's pretty stupid because you're throwing your life away pretty much, because you have a kid and you have to look after it, then can't go to college or anything and look after the kid at the same time. So I think you should wait a bit, settle down with your partner, get married, and then start deciding whether you want kids or anything.
I felt sorry for her because she wanted it, but she was scared. She felt scared that it was going to happen. And I know I'm not gonna judge anyone because that's for their choice to keep it, but she just left all her life behind. She don't go out no more. She used to go out and enjoy herself, but she don't go out no more. A lot of people don't want to know her because she's had babies. A lot of people called her names, but at the end of the day, it was her choice, and people shouldn't judge her because of that. A lot of it's alcohol related or pressure. They've done it and then they don't want to get rid of it because they feel like they don't want to put themselves through that pain. They feel against things, so they've gone along with it. It could be that they want a child at that age, and that's what they feel like having.
It's something sort of to love. If you haven't really been not been loved that well as a child, you might think, oh, I've got something that I can love and it might love me back. I think they sort of want a kid and give it what they didn't have, sort of give it a better childhood than what they had.
To get married, you got to be in love with the person, and it's just oh, I found someone, at least I've got a boyfriend or anything like that. But there is a lot of people getting divorced, which isn't nice. I don't know, but yeah, I think to get married you have got to have a real good relationship, and you've got to love each other.
They'll be together for a few months and then they'll just say we're gonna get married, and then they've not really thought about what's gonna happen in the future. If they're gonna argue, they might not get on well and just gonna rush into it. A lot of parents these days, a lot of parents are divorced, then the children are thinking, they think it's just normal to get married and divorce someone.
I think people sort of think it's an achievement, sort of, oh yeah, get married, and if it don't work out, I can just get a divorce and then get remarried again. I think you should sort of like look at it, you're married to one person and it's her or him for the rest of your life, because you like make your vows to them and promise your life to each other, so I think you should stick and you shouldn't be able to get divorced.